The silent farewell, understanding why cats leave home to die. For cat owners, few experiences are as profoundly heartbreaking and mystifying as the disappearance of a beloved, aging, or ill pet in their final days. The image of a cat slipping out the door, never to return, is etched in our collective consciousness, a quiet tragedy that leaves behind a whirlwind of grief, guilt, and unanswered questions. While the feline lifespan is tragically short compared to our own, making loss an inevitable part of the bond, the manner of their leaving feels uniquely cruel. Yet this behavior, shrouded in human sorrow, is not an act of abandonment or a deliberate, poignant farewell as we might imagine. Instead, it is a complex tapestry woven from ancient instincts, biological imperatives, and the silent language of a dying body. Myths and spiritual explanations, the human lens. We instinctively try to interpret animal behavior through our own emotional framework, leading to several common, though unproven, explanations. To spare their humans pain. This is perhaps the most pervasive and anthropomorphic belief. It assumes cats possess a human-like understanding of death and a conscious, selfless concern for our future grief after they are gone. While cats are deeply empathetic to our immediate emotional states, there is no scientific evidence to suggest they contemplate mortality or plan actions to mitigate our suffering after they are gone. A solitary journey to the afterlife. This is a beautiful, poetic notion found in many cultures, the idea of a creature seeking solitude for its spiritual transition. It speaks to our own need for ritual and meaning in the face of death, but remains a cultural projection rather than a documented feline motivation. While these myths offer a form of narrative comfort, they often obscure the more fundamental, instinctual truths driving this behavior. The real reasons: instinct, biology, and the drive for safety. The domestic cat, Felis catus, for all its couch-loving comfort, retains the hardwired instincts of its wild ancestors, who were both solitary hunters and potential prey. This evolutionary legacy is the key to understanding the final journey. Number 1. The primary cause, the instinct for self-preservation and security. In the wild, displaying weakness is a death sentence. A sick, frail, or dying animal becomes an easy target for predators and a magnet for scavengers. Furthermore, its presence threatens the safety of any nearby den or colony by attracting danger. The overriding instinct in a vulnerable state is not to seek comfort, but to find the most isolated, inaccessible hiding place possible. This is a last-ditch survival strategy. Hide, conserve energy, and hopefully recover without being detected. Our homes, no matter how safe they feel to us, are often full of activity, light, and noise. To a cat whose senses may be failing or overloaded, there may be no perfect hiding spot indoors. The call of the outside, a quiet space under the porch, a dense thicket of bushes, a cool crawl space, can feel like the answer to this deep, primal urge for ultimate seclusion and security. Number 2. Altered perception and disorientation. The dying process often involves physiological changes that severely distort a cat's experience of the world. Conditions like end-stage kidney or liver failure, brain tumors, intense pain, or high fever can cause confusion and dementia. The cat may simply become disoriented. A trip outside it has made 1,000 times can turn into a labyrinth from which it cannot find its way back. Behavioral changes. The familiar can become frightening. The sound of a refrigerator, the sight of a family member, or the scent of home might be processed as a threat, triggering a panicked flight response. Thermoregulation failure. A cat's internal thermostat can malfunction. An animal feeling an internal pathological heat may desperately seek a cool, damp place, like a cellar or a hole dug in the earth for relief. the quest for peace and stress reduction. Dying is physiologically taxing, weakness is profound. In this state, normal household stimuli, children playing, televisions blaring, vacuum cleaners running, even the well-intentioned attentions of other pets or anxious owners become sources of unbearable stress. The cat's instinct is to escape this sensory overload, to find absolute quiet and stillness, allowing it to conserve its dwindling energy in peace. Seeking physical relief. Sometimes the search is for a specific physical condition to alleviate discomfort. A cat struggling with labored breathing due to pulmonary edema or pleural effusion might seek out a cool, hard surface, like tiles or damp soil, that allows for easier chest expansion. The behavior is less about where to die and more about finding a position or environment that provides a modicum of relief from immediate suffering. Why don't all cats leave? This instinct is not an absolute rule. Many cats die at home, and their choice to stay is equally meaningful. Overpowering bond and sense of security. For some cats, the bond with their human and the perceived safety of their shared territory is stronger than the instinct to hide. They may choose the safe space of their owner's presence over an unknown outdoor refuge. Sudden death. Events like a catastrophic stroke, thromboembolism, heart failure, or acute trauma offer no time for any instinctual behavior to play out. Physical incapacity. Extreme weakness, paralysis, or advanced debilitation makes leaving impossible. In these cases, the hiding instinct manifests indoors. The cat will retreat to the deepest recess of a closet, the space behind the water heater, or the farthest corner under a bed. What to do? Guidance for the caring owner. If your cat is elderly or terminally ill, proactive and compassionate steps can honor their instincts while keeping them safe and close. Supervise outdoor access. The most direct step is to prevent unsupervised outdoor excursions. This may mean keeping them strictly indoors or only allowing balcony or patio time under direct watch. Create a safe haven indoors. Mimic the secure, den-like environment they seek. Place a soft-bedded carrier, a cozy box with low entrance, or a dedicated cat bed in a quiet, dimly lit, low-traffic corner of your home. Respect this as their sanctuary. Observe behavioral shifts. A sociable cat that suddenly starts persistently hiding is sending a critical signal. This is a primary time to consult with your veterinarian to assess comfort levels and options. Practice tactful companionship. Do not force interaction or pull them from their hiding spot. Offer quiet presence. Sit nearby and speak softly. Make sure fresh water and favorite strong-smelling foods are easily accessible. Your calm, non-intrusive energy can be the ultimate security that convinces them to stay. Recognizing the signs. Is my cat preparing to go? While individual, these common signs may indicate a cat is entering its final decline. Active search for seclusion. A new, persistent pattern of seeking hidden spots in the home. Cessation of grooming. A once fastidious cat becomes unkempt as self-care requires energy they no longer have. Loss of appetite and thirst. A complete refusal of food and water. Profound apathy or unusual clinginess. Either a withdrawal from all interaction or a sudden, intense need for physical contact, which some interpret as a final goodbye. Vocalization, uncharacteristic crying or meowing, potentially indicating pain, confusion, or disorientation. Conclusion, an act of instinct, not emotion.
The departure of a dying cat is not a calculated betrayal nor a final gift of spared grief. It is the echo of the wild, a primal, ingrained protocol activated in a state of supreme vulnerability. It is, in its essence, a last act of self-preservation, and arguably an instinctive protection of its colony, you and your home, from the perceived danger its own weakness might attract. If your cat chooses to die at home by your side, view it as the profound honor it is. Their love for and trust in you triumphed over millions of years of evolutionary programming. And if they follow the silent call of instinct and leave, understand that their final act was guided by the oldest wisdom they know, a search for a safe, quiet place to rest, just as their ancestors did. In both cases, their love, woven into the fabric of your shared life, remains the truest, most enduring reality.